God, right, okay, we have to get into it. Brentford 1, Manchester United 1. This is your breakdown. An absolute disaster class from United. I've run out of phrases to use for performances like this from this football team now under Eric Ten Hag. Me and Jay have just been talking off air about feeling sorry a little bit for Ten Hag because you cannot say that some of them individual performances tonight were down to the manager. Jay, welcome to the show, mate. It's not a good one tonight for us, but I've just listened to what Ten Hag has said, and I'll come straight in on you on this right now. He actually said Brentford wanted it more than us. It's one of the most honest post-match pieces I've heard from Ten Hag, that, because he was 100% right, mate, wasn't he?
Adam, yeah, discussing off air, we both said that we actually felt bad for Ten Hag tonight. That gentleman did not send his team out to play in that fashion, I don't believe for a second. And it goes back to what we've been saying for years. I hope it kills you. So we're riding the crest of a wave after beating Liverpool. And we both, you said 3-1, Adam. I said 2-1. And we're left with a 1-1 dross that we easily could have lost.
Mate.
And to Ten Hag, I feel bad for the guy. I genuinely feel bad for the guy. Brentford deserved to win, and there's no question about that.
Yeah.
Sky Sports they had Dion Dublin on and Jay Redknapp at halftime, and Dion Dublin, to be fair to the chap, he never realised his full potential due to an injury. But he was like, you see from his tone of voice, he was frustrated. He was saying that the bare minimum you expect from your players is work rate. And both himself and Jamie Redknapp, and I didn't think Jamie had the balls to do it, but Jamie also called out Marcus Rashford for his lack of work rate. His just lack of showing some fucking, pardon my French, conviction. And he wasn't there. And it wasn't Rashford tonight. It was so many players, apart from Varane. I felt, for me, Adam, when Varane went off the pitch tonight, the wheels fell off because it was lack of leadership. And again, Bruno tonight, and we've said in many shows, you've said it for years, I've said it, your captain is the manifestation of the manager on the pitch. And Bruno tonight just was not up to the fact. I felt he went MIA as per usual tonight.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as you put Scott McTominay in the side, I'm not blaming Scott. I thought he was piss poor tonight, honestly. Bruno was dreadful, probably worse tonight. But Bruno, again, is a player that's then moved back deeper, where he's playing literally alongside Kobbie Mainoo there. And Kobbie Mainoo suffered for the lack of leadership and organisation in that team tonight. It just will never, ever work with Scott McTominay starting a game. It's never going to work. It's hard to try and figure out where these players are actually playing on the pitch, and that's the problem I've got with this. I don't know where anybody is playing. For one, the biggest problem we had, and Ten Hag I can blame for trying to play Aaron Wan-Bissaka at left back and inverted at left back. He struggles to play inverted winger at right back, his natural side and position. Why are you fucking around with a player that never plays on the left-hand side when you've got a player there that can play on the left, on the other side where he should be playing? Why are you messing around with it now? I could understand the Mo Salah side of it and him man-marking him and specific job. It worked for that one game, but this is a low-block, counter-attacking Brentford side who sucked Wan-Bissaka in, spun a little web around him, and then spat him back out for the rodents to feed on him and counter-attacked him every single time. They just annihilated our right-hand side. A combination of Marcus Rashford, who does not give a flying toss of getting back or putting any work rate in at all, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who is not left-footed and have never played anywhere in his career on that left-hand side, is a recipe for disaster. And Thomas Frank went, ping! There you go, boys. Every single time, let's hit that right-hand side. And they tore us a new one. 31 shots conceded to a team fighting relegation, Jay. They scored 4 goals against us in this same fixture last season. In that game, they had 13 shots. Tonight, they had 31. And they hit the woodwork 4 times. This should have been Brentford from last season, the 4-0 drubbing, part 2, mate. except it should have been worse. The sequel should have been 6. That's how good they were and how shit we were, Jay. Like, I've got no words for the performances individually, but for me, tactically, from Ten Hag, he didn't help himself by not changing Wan-Bissaka on the left-hand side. I thought the player was just dying and sinking a slow death there today for me, and I don't get it, Jay. I really don't get it, and I don't think the players do.
Okay, look, obviously, I can't condone Eric playing Wan-Bissaka at left back when the gentleman has never played left back. I don't know if he played left back. Maybe someone in the comments will know, but the man is naturally right-footed. He's not a Dennis Irwin who was naturally right-footed but played left back. Wan-Bissaka, with respect to him, he's not a natural left back. He shouldn't have been there. And then he has Rashford in front of him that, as usual, looked disinterested. Really didn't give a toss, as you pointed out. It's frustrating. One of my followers sent me a famous Brian Clough quote, which I'm going to read out. And it says, "Players lose you games, not tactics. There's so much crap talked about tactics by people who barely know how to win at dominoes." And Adam, let's be fair to Ten Hag as well. And like, none of us like to see any manager getting sacked. It's not what we're about on this channel. But the players tonight let him down, Adam. Like, I take your point on Wan-Bissaka, but the players let him down.
Well, when he comes out and says that Brentford wanted it more, that's not on him. That's not on him. It 100%. Really isn't. But what you can do is play the players in their best positions. And that was just a simple change that Ten Hag could have made. And I think everyone would see that it was warranted. It really was. And that's where I'm going in on Ten Hag tonight on that area. I just could not understand what his thinking was and why he thought that would work. And I thought we got away with it. I thought we did get away with it. But even this team, Jay, didn't even have it in them to try and defend for an extra minute, even when the game was gifted to them. That's their handling of the game. That's their control of the game. Like, you got out of jail and still managed to lock yourself in and throw the key away again. Like, there's no excuse for the players' attitude and the players' what's the word I'm looking for in this? The players' sort of attention to detail. Like, just simple little things, Jay. Like, just getting rid of the ball instead of trying to play one too many passes. Little things like what is going through these players' heads right now, Jay? Like, I don't get them at all, and I'm struggling with them. Like, it was a simple thing. Whether it's gone wrong in the game or not, you've got out of jail there. You've got a goal. Mason Mount scored his first goal. He's had a torrid season. We could be looking away there. Like, that's us back in the Champions League race. We go and deal with the attitude of the players afterwards and have a meeting at Carrington, figure out where we went wrong. We got the 3 points, though. But they couldn't even see out a minute, mate, could they?
Look, in life, in sport, in business and football, it's the oft-used phrase, Adam, the devil is in the detail. We go 1-0 up against Liverpool 2 weeks ago. And at half-time, you and I and the fan base were losing 2-1 from 2 cheaply conceded goals. We could not get to half-time at that 1-0. Now, part the result. So at half-time, at the Liverpool game, none of us in the fan base were saying, yeah, we got these, we're going to come back. We were all thinking, Jesus Christ, 2-1 at half time, it's done. Tonight, again, it's manifested. That weak mentality, just not having that level of cuteness to see a game out. Mount took his goal well. I give Mason Mount full credit. He's got a lot of crap from the fan base, rightly or wrongly. Took his goal very, very well. 1-0 up, away from home, in a game that we are under the cosh, that we do not deserve to 1-0 up. It's injury time. Like, Jesus, lads, shut up shop. As you rightly pointed out, Adam, keep it simple. Don't take too many touches. And what, less than, I don't know, was it 2 minutes later or less? Brentford got on the pitch. It's 1-1, game over. And that goes back to that weak mentality of players. We discussed on the show during the week, Adam, about backbone, the spine of a team. That team, Adam, at 1 away from home, should have had the intelligence, at least the intelligence, if not the backbone, to see it out. And they have neither the intelligence nor the backbone.
We got a super chat in from MDR Samurai. Cheers for that, mate. He says, this is entirely on Erik ten Hag. He had plenty of time to set up. 2 weeks to watch, film, game plan, and nothing. I would rather have Thomas Frank as a manager. At least he came prepared to win this match. I've said this all along. And my worry was at the time it would get covered up. And people were saying, look, you've got a vendetta, you've got an issue. The problem with this is it will not change while you have got players like Marcus Rashford in this team. Tonight, the man needed hauling off after 20 minutes. Like, the signs were there. You knew what Rashford performance you were going to get. It was one of, I don't want to work as hard as these guys. I am not lowering my level to just go out there and battle against the Brentford side. I am bigger than this. That was Marcus Rashford. Ten Hag had an opportunity to deal with Marcus Rashford earlier on this season, and he's come back, and yeah, he scored the odd goal here and there. I said in the week, if there is one clear moment this season that Marcus Rashford should have looked at, he's got away with Belfast. He's got away with what happened last season at Wolves and sleeping in. He's got away with quite a few now. He got away with going out on the piss after we got smashed by Manchester City at home. He's got away with all of that. And he just walks into the team. He's gone on to England duty, and now he's got a young lad who's playing at Newcastle in Anthony Gordon ahead of him. And Anthony Gordon today showed when the chips are down what you do. What you do to try and drag your team back into a game. 3-1 down, less than 15 minutes to go. You go out there and you just make that one little bit more of an effort than your opponent, and you get a penalty and you change the game around completely. You get the fans on board because you're giving everything. Marcus Rashford has not got an ounce of this. He should have looked at this international break and gone, my God, I'm not even in the England team anymore. And he has the front to come back into this team and perform and mopes around that pitch tonight and not want to work. That there was where the problem is in the attitude of these players. Our most senior footballer, our most senior and highest paid player at the football club cannot give a flying fuck about this team. Pardon my French, but he just absolutely does my head in. I am done with this man and this player and how this club keep on protecting him. And this is where I don't know if Ten Hag has any power. Like, he could have dealt with Rashford. You know what? I'd rather see Anthony play than Rashford. Like, honestly, Anthony's involvement in the goal. Like, right now, for me, against Chelsea, Rashford is on the bench. No, actually, he's not even in the freaking squad for me, Marcus Rashford. That man is an absolute disgrace. And yes, Ten Hag has got an awful lot of faults in all of this. But I tell you what, I've never seen a downing of tools by one man in particular to bury a manager because he doesn't like how it's going in Marcus Rashford. He is an absolute disgrace to the shirt, and nothing and no one will convince me that Marcus Rashford will take United forward. Until the head of that monster is chopped off and Rashford is out of this football club, nothing will change at Manchester United. And I'm saying that now. Super chat in from Vipox before I bring Jay in on that one. Sorry, guys, I'm ranting. The fan base need to stop gassing up this team. Big up, J-Bo McNally. Jay, I don't think you differ in opinion, but was I over the top? Was I on the money with Rashford there? For me, he epitomised everything that was wrong with Manchester United tonight, and that isn't the first time I've said that this season.
Okay, I couldn't disagree with anything you said there. We have the Belfast Bebe, aka the chart enthusiast, as I've dubbed them, shown up by Anthony Gordon, who, look, Anthony Gordon, I think, is going to have a long career in the game. Is he as talented as Marcus Rashford? No, he's not. But he's a good pro. He's a good pro. I would take 10 Anthony Gordons in United right now, or players of that mentality, over 10 Marcus Rashfords. I'm sure a lot of fan base would. Just for down today for Newcastle, and he literally dragged Newcastle back into the game. 3 points is so important. But you're right in what you said. Rashford does not give a flying fiddler's F. He doesn't care. The man, you know, he's come through the academy. He's lived on the whatever part of Manchester lived on. Had to get a bus of training, the poor lad. And he's on the mega bucks. His marketing company saw the benefits of getting involved in a charity during lockdown. English media won't call him out. So basically, for the English media and for the powers be the club, it's like the lad walks on water. He can do no wrong. And one of our contacts, who's also in contact with you, who gives us our injury information, told me 3 years ago, and I quote, Rashford's a wrong'un. The staff don't like him. He punts around the club like he owns the place. And I'm not going to mention the chap's name because that would be very unfair of me. So we have from inside the club that Rashford literally, he's going around the place like he's the king of Manchester. Like, you haven't won a Ballon d'Or, Marcus. You haven't won a World Cup. You haven't won a Champions League. You haven't even won a bloody Premiership. You think you're the king of Manchester because you're on this exalted wages and you have this exalted profile in media because of what your marketing company did during lockdown. And then you got a little book ghostwritten that was sold to children. So that's what you do in the pitch is what we judge you on, Marcus. Exactly. So you're a senior player of the club. And tonight, we're away to Brentford. We needed 3 points to even stay in the hunt for top 4/top 5. And it's essentially, Marcus, you down tools. It's not good enough, mate. It's not good enough. Like, you've got fans traveling out to London tonight at massive expense to watch you play. And you put in that kind of bullshit performance. You're a disgrace to the jersey, mate.
Oh, big time, mate. Big time. A couple of comments coming in from the live section right now. W3 says, Fergie said it best. I said, I cannot manage players if they earn more money than me. They will never respect me. That's the biggest problem at United. These players think they're bigger than the club. Louise, who was on earlier on the call-in. Hello, Louise. The problem isn't just Rashford. It's that others are seeing him get away with it, and that poisons the team. 100% agree on that comment there. We have a couple of super chats in from, first of all, London 1957. 19657 says that wasn't good. That wasn't good watching. It wasn't. Zayn Miase with a super sticker, rubbing it in. Zayn, yeah, you deserve to, mate. I'll hold my hands up. I'll tie him behind my back, and you can take pot shots at me because I have absolutely nothing to come back at you with, mate. We are there for the taking, and we deserve the banter that we are getting. I hyped this team up. I tried to be positive. Everyone says I have a negative look. Why don't you just come out and be honest with everyone? I am. I call a spade a spade. And to be honest, I've been calling out Marcus Rashford for an awful long time now. I supported him through all of the hates in the earlier years. I thought he had a chance of being a United great, and he has completely let us down. He has let it go to his head, and he is lost. And he is lost to most Manchester United fans now. He is done at this football club for me, and I just don't see a future for Manchester United as long as he's around. I really don't. Like, I'm sick of the sight of him. I'm sick of the sight of his mopesing "world is on my shoulders" face. Like, he literally carries the world on his shoulders and acts like everyone's against him. No, we're against your attitude, Rashford. We're not against you. There's a difference. Like, show us that you want to be here. That famous saying from the Fulham game, play like you mean it. Jay, honestly, tonight, I've got no idea what we were playing like. And we can talk about all the tactics and everything like that. Like, I just did not know where we were going tonight. Like, from, like I say, 20 minutes on, I could see the writing was on the wall. I'm quickly just going to get some super chats in before I come to you on this next bit, Jay. Pure shite. Big love from Dublin, gents. Thanks to that super Mr. MC. Another super chat in from De Gea, United fan first. I don't get mentality right. I have no hope, Fergie. I don't get mentality right. I have no hope, Fergie. Yeah, I get what you mean. God, we can go back to the Fergie days as much as we want. They're never going to come back again at Manchester United. I just don't. Looking at the performance again tonight, Jay, I look at it and I go, where's the self-pride? Like, it's non-existent right now. It's like, I don't understand how you cannot care, Jay. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm struggling to come to terms with how you can switch it on and off like this team do.
Yeah, so first of all, big up to the chap there from Dublin. I was actually in Dublin today at a conference, so thanks for the support from Dublin. You say with stats, Adam. First half, I took a screenshot of this guy's sports analysis at half time. And at half time, Brentford, 14 shots, United 3.
Yeah.
Expected goals, Brentford 0.4, United 0.11. Touches in opponent's box, Brentford 34, United 7. Yeah. Possession, Brentford 42, United 58. So our possession is our quintessential, our backwards, sidewards, conservative, possession-based football. So there we are at half time. The writing was on the wall, and I was saying to my partner at half time, okay, at half time now, Ten Hag he's going to rip these lads a new arsehole. The first time in the second half, Adam, I saw no different.
No,
like your son plays football at a good level, your partner Cass plays at a good level. If at half time you're watching their performances and they put in a performance like that, you're screaming at them as they're walking on to put their ass out of the fire. Our players, second half, Adam, I saw no different. I expected a response in the second half. There was none, mate. And that, for me, watching as a fan, and for you and everybody going to the game, that's frustrating. You expect your players, okay, first half, we've gotten smashed. It's not working. Okay, so we got a halftime 0-0. Okay, we're lucky to be here at 0-0. The second half, we've got a chance to restart the game. And they didn't, mate. It was the exact same again. I don't get that. I don't understand it. As a coach and a former player, I don't get how your performance is under par, your opposition are on top of you, they're taking pot shots at you. Surely logic would dictate, second half, you up your game. Our players, it was more the same, Adam. Is anyone in the live chat has any understanding of what possibly could Ten Hag have said at halftime? Please drop it in the chat, because I'm literally dumbfounded by what I saw in the second half.
That, to me, is the biggest sign that Ten Hag is finished, right? Everyone's going on Ten Hag in the chat. I understand what we've said. Like, the players' attitude stinks, and their own self-pride wearing that Man United shirt is non-existent. There's some I can argue for, like, gave the effort, like, they were just completely off it tonight. There's some, you just have to hold your hands up sometimes and say, no matter what I do, it's just not going to work. There's a few players out there tonight, the clear and obvious ones that are the problem, are the ones that are going to keep on getting game time, because there is something fundamentally wrong within the structure of this football club. Even with Ineos coming in now, like, they have to see the main problem here, which is player power and players at this football club not giving a toss. Like, it's like the players already know from the agents that Ten Hag is already done. They'll turn up for the big games against Liverpool when it matters, like, put on a show, score a goal, like, keep yourself in the window is what the agents will be saying, because we're telling you now, we already know, because of the leaks that come out of this football club, that Ten Hag is a goner. He's done. I watched him in that post-match interview there, that he looks like he's aged 10 years from the start of this season. It looks like he's finished. He looks a dumbfounded, end-of-the-line man. Like, you said it there, like, Manchester United, not only today, Jay, and that you just mentioned in terms of their attitude and how we come out for the second half. It's the perfect time. The manager's words will be ringing in your ears, and you would have had an absolute rollicking. The one thing that can go wrong from that is what's inside here in that player who has just had that rollicking. They would have had a bollocking. Ten Hag would have ripped them a new one. And for me, it shows the character of a man that walks out on the pitch and carries on playing exactly the same way. Nothing. It's like that went in and came straight out the other side, and I don't care. That, to me, is on the player. Like, if you cannot listen to your manager and you are happy to go out on that pitch and perform at the same level and give no more, then you are done, and you know that manager is finished, and you are just letting him see out his time. I've got to see, like, we're playing at Chelsea in the week, Jay, and then it's Liverpool at home. They are coming for revenge, and they will not stop. They will not rest like Brentford did today. They will not let up at any point or make the mistake of not taking a chance. That today, if we play like that against Liverpool, you can take a 7-0 hammering at home to Old Trafford, and Erik ten Hag has got his bag and his suitcase, and he's on the next flight on Ryanair back to Holland. That's what'll happen, Jay. Because for me tonight, the players showed me tonight, and I've been bigging them up all week. I feel so let down by this team right now, Jay. I feel like they've taken the fans for granted. You know what? They've gone, right, we cannot not show up against Liverpool in the quarter-final at Old Trafford. We have to at least give ourselves something there. And I thought, you know what? They're playing for the manager. I couldn't have been so wrong, Jay, because tonight they've proved to me they do not give a shit about Erik ten Hag. They really don't. Like, the players tonight, hang your heads in shame because you have come out and been outfought, outplayed, outskilled at times, and just completely rounded off, done over by a team that has been struggling for weeks on end now. They wanted it more. Even Ten Hag himself, and I'll give Ten Hag credit tonight because he actually came out in a post-match interview and didn't do his Ten Hag thing and try and give credit to anything. I think the worst thing he said was, we did well and we battled hard to try and stay in the game. No, but he did say that Brentford wanted that more than us for the whole 90 minutes, not just a spell, the whole 90 minutes. So he has to go away and ask himself, how? How, Jay? I don't know what he does. I don't know what he does to change this right now in the spell that we've got and the time he's got left. Is there anything that he can do, Jay? For me, I think with the players that the players have got him at his mercy. He's done for me.
There's a quote from, again, I know it's fiction, but it's Rocky IV, and one of the quotes from the boxing match is, it's a street fight. It's a question of who wants it more. But in sport, it's always a question of who wants it more. Who's got that little extra percentile of desire to make that last lunging tackle, to win that header, to win a second ball, and to track back at that last second when you're already anaerobic. You must have burning with lactic acid, but you'll give that extra half second of effort. Our players, Adam, haven't given it in years, mate. I haven't seen it in years. Now, withstanding Liverpool game, as you point out there, they can turn it on when they want to. When the agents have a little word in their ear, listen, mate, we're in the shop window here. We know this manager's dead man walking. So you better impress today for the incumbent, whoever's coming in the future, or for your move to the next team. So they can do it when they want to. They can do it in the high-profile game against Liverpool. But I'd argue, tonight, you're away in Brentford. It's a high-profile game. You're playing for possibly playing Chelsea football next year. There's no higher profile than that. And they couldn't turn it on. So these players, and I'll go back to what I said previously. I said about Rashford and Bruno as well. And I also want to call out Lindelof. I know Lindelof went off injured, but I think he was terrible tonight. Wan-Bissaka is out of position. McTominay starting beside Menu. I feel bad for Menu because he's getting dragged back into McTominay's level. But at least, guys, gentlemen, play for the pride of your jersey, the pride of your club, the pride of your fans. I just didn't see it. You're playing Brentford, gentlemen, not prime Barcelona. And they couldn't turn it on. Well, you wait and see now, Adam. We played Chelsea in the week. Chelsea are out for revenge because we did them over there before Christmas. We're going to play Liverpool next weekend. And I am very, very, very fearful, Adam, for that game. Very fearful.
Shitting it, mate, honestly, right now, knowing that they feel like they've got their trip to Wembley, they've got their Instagram reels and their social media photos and everything like that are all ready to go. It's like the highlight of the season for this team. MDR Samurai in with a super chat. Cheers, my man. He says, the last 2 weeks, everyone was screaming how Erik ten Hag still had the dressing room and the players and how now all of a sudden, we are back to square one. That's what we do. Kaz said to me before I came up tonight, Jay, she said, I'm numb to this team. I don't know what to say anymore. I know exactly where she's coming from. It's like she said to me, we have a poor performance. We lose. And then we have one win, and Erik ten Hag survives, and the team moves on, and everyone sort of gives them breathing space. It's a mid-table mentality. We are no better than West Ham. We are no better than Newcastle, Brighton. These teams are better than Manchester United. They are. We are convincing ourselves, and I'm guilty of this. I'm not going to hide away from it. I'm guilty of living the life of a Manchester United fan that expects too much. We have got players at this team that have got quality, and we can get something out of them. But someone asked me in a chat in a show the other night, and they said, how many players do you reckon will leave, Adam, this summer? I went, well, without even getting into the main ones, it's 13. I can think of 13 players, 2 of them on over 600 grand a week that are not even contributing to this team right now. One of them's over helping beat Bayern Munich in Munich for Dortmund, not giving a toss. Like, there are qualities all over, but Manchester United have created the monsters that are Manchester United current players by protecting them in this bubble. And every now and then they'll come and put on a performance and try and convince everyone. Really, all they're doing is letting the fans down because they're kidding us. They're kidding us because they know they've got the talent. They just can't be asked performing. And they may think that they are getting rid of another manager, and they may think they're smart. But all they're doing is detaching themselves from the fan base. The fan base are not stupid. You can't kid the fans. And I expect to hear boos from certain sections of the fan base, probably at Old Trafford if Liverpool do smash us on Sunday. I'm not looking forward. I'm not going myself. And you know what? This season, actually not being willing to pay them prices that we have to pay to go to away games, I'm actually glad that I'm not travelling up and down the country. I'd have been driving back tonight with the clocks going forward, thinking about this team going, they knew that these fans were travelling at a stupid time and they couldn't give a shit about us. It's not the manager they're letting down, it's the fan base, Jay. Oh, I've lost Jay. That was bang on timing that, wasn't it, to lose Jay? I don't know what's happened there. We'll see if we can get Jay back in a minute, guys. But yeah, I'll just come to the chat quickly just to get some of your comments in. Might as well do that now while Jay just try and finds his way back into the room. The Honest Tiger, we all know Rashford is one of the world's best on his day, but sometimes hard work beats talent, and any day of the week. I mean, Honest Tiger, I don't believe he is one of the world's best anymore. I think he's believed his own hype and he has gone. Like I said before, like he's not even in that England team anymore. He's not even a first choice for Gareth Southgate, who picks all his favourites. When you fall out of favour with Southgate, you know you're doing something wrong. Like the world is at his feet and he's just pissing on it. That's Marcus Rashford. That's exactly what it is. Spot on, Adam. This is also the parasites have led us all here as well. Yes, they have. Giorgio, strong mentality comes from within. We have a team of weak mentality players. Graham says, Lindelof and Varane are injured again. Maguire had to come on. Leacher being not match fit cost United the win, but the players picked all of them. The players picked all of them are responsible. Yeah, I mean, Leacher showed that he wasn't ready. Like, it was a good call not to play him. I wanted him in the team. I was wrong because he looked nowhere near ready when he came on. Quite clear, like, why is he even in the matchday squad if he is nowhere near ready? Like, are they kidding us right now? Are they just forcing these players back just to appease the fans? Just to give themselves some breathing space to say? Like, what is the point in bringing a player back if he's not fit enough? Like, honestly, honestly, like, with it, I am just dumbfounded. Like, I've got no answers to any questions that come from that game. None at all. Fun fact, Manu gets man of the match under Southgate. Nowhere under Eric Ten Hag. It's like so many players tonight were a million miles off it. Garnacho, shocking. Don't want to go in on him too much, but sooner or later, even these young players we cannot defend. Like, they're senior players. The man is earning 50 to 60 grand a week wages. Like, he was poor tonight. Is it the management of these players from the club? Like, from international duty? Are they not doing enough? I don't know. Anthony's been off all week. He looked fit and raring to go when he came on. He looked full of legs. How is no one making a decision in playing him there if we know that everyone else is struggling? He's just got to a stage now where it's just the names. The names are being played. No one's looking into the fitness side of things, and there's no excuse. We can't say that Brentford had a fully fit squad compared to us. We were just outplayed. I said it before. Varane off all week. Wan-Bissaka off all week. Dalot had only played 90 minutes. Lindelof, yeah, you could give him you could argue against him because he played 2 games for Sweden. He's probably played more game time than anyone in international break. Everyone else had plenty of rest time. Bruno had a full week off, rested, only played 1 game. Everyone should have been raring to go. And do you know what? Again, the only players that come out of any credit from a Manchester United game are the substitutes for the second game running. How is this happening? Like, Antony, I think Mason Mount, congratulations to him on his first goal. We couldn't even keep a clean sheet for more than a minute to try and give him something to cheer about on his first goal, on his first moment. Oh, God. Like, there's no way back from this for United now, I feel. It's like the chance was there. Like, I said it was pressure because Spurs and Villa had both won before. They both looked quite capable. Both fought tough games, got through it. United, I don't think would have beaten Wolves today. I don't think we'd have beaten Luton today. I don't think we'd have beaten Burnley or Sheffield United today the way we played. That's how poor this team was and how they performed. It was an absolute shambles of a performance from our football club today. And again, like people said, a full 2 weeks preparation. We knew what was coming. We knew, like 31 shots conceded again. That number keeps on going up and up. It should have been 6, maybe even 7 to Brentford today. That's how crap Manchester United are. We were too easy to play against, and I've said that so many times this season. They got away with it. They have won a game. They've done well out of Liverpool. And now they're just living on that. And that's it. That's how this team rolls. They live on them one big moments. Moments FC. And it keeps on running out. It gets to a point and then nope, we fall again. Can't be asked. That's what this club is. Yvonne, been a member for 4 months. Thank you so much. Amazing stuff. Our better team would have thrashed us 5-0. We would have been smashed by anyone. Like, I fear playing against anyone tonight. Brentford just couldn't finish anything. They had one of them nights. And I said it at the time, like when it went in, I went, you know what? Brentford deserved that. At least deserved that. And that's being honest as a football fan, not a United fan. Like, we're gutted we didn't win that game because we were, 2 minutes away from winning? And you can talk about that all you want, but everyone in football knows United deserved absolutely jack shit from that game. We were absolutely horrendous and don't deserve anything at all. Like, them players deserve to be brought back into training on Easter Sunday. I hope they are in training tomorrow. I really do. And I don't want them working. Honestly, I want them resting, clearly, because we need players fit and we need to be sensible. But I want them sat in there watching that whole game. I want them sat there for hours analysing everything. I want every player to be going through their videos individually and then watch it all as a team just to see how shit they are. And it's not because they haven't got the talent, it's because they can't be fucking arsed. That's what it is. They cannot be arsed. Oh. If we play like this against Coventry, then our cup run is over. You know, Coventry would have beat us playing like that. That's how bad it is. I'm not chatting anymore because I'm going to go nuts and don't want to upset anyone. Roddy, you just go and say what you want, mate. This is what it's all about. Like, let loose. I wanted Ericsson on in midfield for McTominay, says Jonathan. He might have kept us a bit more of the ball and concentration. Possession was what we needed at times in that game. We really did. It's your boy says, when you add all chances up created by other teams against us, the stats will be the worst in Premier League history probably. Again, like, we're on 0 goal difference. Like, I've not even updated the table yet on the screen. I do apologise, guys. But 0 goal difference. What's that like? Have we scored like 40 goals or something? Have we scored that many this season? I don't know how many we've got, but it's shit, basically. It's the worst record in the top half of the table. I think if Coventry here to make up the numbers, think again. No. You speak the truth, mate, says Big Game Player. Thank you. I'm only talking from the heart, and I think all Man United fans would appreciate the way I'm talking tonight. Like, it hurts really bad. Like, I'm a fan, and I'm allowed to talk like a fan, because this is a fan channel. I'm not going to act like I am some expert. I'm not. I like to get your opinions as well as talking about my own and how I see things. And what I seen there tonight was my team again that had given me hope, completely letting me down the week after. And there's no excuse for it. There really isn't. There really isn't. And there's so many players that I have not got time for anymore. I have not got time for these players. They are done in my eyes. Like, I don't see how. I really don't see how we can carry on with half of this team. Like, it's just not working. Ten Hag is as much to blame as these players in parts. They are the main culprits and the common denominator in all of the form that has just drifted away from this football club over the years. But Ten Hag, he's trying to get something out of a team that are just not capable. And that's the problem we've got. That's where we're never, ever going to be able to get any better. We're not. We are done as a team because we're not a team. It's shit. Like, it's just fucking crap, honestly. Like, I don't know where else to go or what else to say with it. It's just got to a stage where you feel like just giving up. You don't want to give up. You still go, you get behind the team. But you know, even when you're celebrating, even in them moments like against Liverpool, that around the corner, there's a letdown moment from this team now. That's where it is. And that's where we're at. It really is. We're crap. You want some Adam? Come on. Shut up, alien. Cheers for the super chat, mate. You're right, though, mate. We are crap. We need to know why certain players, Rashford, Bruno, McTominay, just will not be benched. It has to be Erik ten Hag is afraid to do so, whether on order from the Glazers or the player power. It's a disgrace. I told you, like, until the big names are gone, I'm talking the big names that have been here a while, McTominay, Rashford. You can maybe, I don't think Bruno is part of it, honestly. I think he works better in a different team, but Rashford and McTominay, if they are still here at the club next season, we can expect more of the same. We can't. No manager is going to change them players. They're at their peak, and their peak is not good enough for Manchester United. It's as simple as that. No one is going to change it. It doesn't matter who's in charge. It really doesn't. But guys, that pretty much does sum everything up. There's not much more to say. Back to the drawing board. The paper round will be back tomorrow, guys. We'll see what the papers say and really get into it as well tomorrow. Please do join us there. Thanks for all of your contributions through the day, guys. It's been a busy one and a very bitter, horrible, miserable end to it as well. Oh, God help us. Where do we go from here, guys? Like, no idea. No idea. But we got to carry on. Thank you, guys. Please give the video a like on your way out. See if you can get us up to that 200 mark. That would be lovely. And we will see you tomorrow. I'll be here for the paper round first thing. And then we'll have an evening show. A good old-fashioned Sunday evening show on Easter Sunday. Don't forget, guys, clocks go forward in about, 40 minutes' time? Something like that, is it? I don't know if it's at 12 o'clock, actually, or not. If it's 1. Can't remember now, but hey. Be careful. Make sure your clocks are changed. And we'll see you tomorrow for the paper round, guys. Bad night for United. And I've got nothing left. I got nothing left. But thank you, guys, as always. I love you all. And we move on together.